This is Talk That Talk podcast with Ben.
And Tiff. Find us on YouTube at The Loftons and Anchor.fm at Talk That Talk The Loftons. Click on all the links below to shop with us, follow us, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now let's get to the conversation.
So today the conversation is based on love versus money. What I mean by that is, a lot of times in relationships you get married based on, not even married, just be with somebody because of what they got, assets. And then you got some people going based on love, and then sometimes you find both in between. But they kind of somewhat go hand in hand. And the conversation today is which one is really more important.
So let's go with self. What was more important for you in this marriage? Was it love or was it money?
Well, it definitely wasn't money.
I had the money coming in a relationship.
Anyway, it definitely wasn't money. It might have been some things that started with L. They're not in this conversation. It may have been some lust in there here and there, but it was definitely more a love situation. But money did come into play because I can understand some people's point of view on that, because after a while, yeah, bills still need to be paid. Love ain't gonna pay that light bill. Mm-hmm. Love ain't gonna pay the cable bill or the mortgage, or if you renting, love ain't gonna pay it.
So your factor of love versus money on a list of 1 to 5, what will come first? What will come second? Is the love first and then money is second?
I think it's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Okay.
Because you can have a bunch of love and no money, and that'll tear your house up. Because let's just be honest, you look, a lot of women looking for stability. And if you can't handle the bills and he love you to death, are you really gonna stay?
I look at these things and I'm listening to you as you speak, but then it resurfaces me back to like high school, middle school, when you had your little boyfriend, girlfriend. Then, not one moment you were ever worried about money and now in those factors, because you had none. All you wanted was a little boyfriend or a little girlfriend, somebody to hold your hand or carry your books or your book bag or something to school. Maybe as you got older to high school, take you to a movie here and there. But it's like the factor of money being so important. I guess now that we're in adults, but even back then when I think about it, it was just like I just want a boyfriend. I just want somebody to love me, say they love me, give me a little nickname, something like that. It was never, love was always at the top.
But
it was always at the top.
But that's the thing, though.
You wanted it wasn't a number one factor, as in, yes, this guy needs to be money driven or money factor.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though.
I say I love him or get to know him type of situation.
But that's the thing, though. You talking about high school.
No, I'm just thinking about it where when I'm listening to you speak, it resurfaced me back to then to say how you change your mind factors when you get older and what it becomes a little bit more important than when it didn't, when it wasn't even a concern way back when.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's how this come up. Because the older you get, the more responsibilities that you get, especially in between these ages where you're trying to find somebody to be with. By the time you get to in your later stages in life, where you in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you don't have that many responsibilities, because you don't have no new children coming. They should be grown by now. You should be somewhat established, and you kind of either it's just you and your partner or you by yourself. And in high school is kind of somewhat the same thing. You're not fronting the bill for pretty much anything. Some of us didn't have children at the time, but then even with people who have children at that time, they might still be living with their mom and their daddy. So they financial situation is based on that. Mm-hmm. Now, when you start getting in your mid 20s, 30s, all the way up, to your 40s, then it's like you out there on your own. You expected to be able to handle stuff. You expected to be able to pay bills. You expected, especially, and look, okay, let me put it like this. Real men are supposed to be able to, not if if you're not gonna pay all the bills, because I don't pay all the bills, but if you're supposed to be the one that's there when it's a problem, you should be able to fix it. That's the least of your responsibility.
That is your role, yes.
Okay, then. So that's what I'm saying. So those things come into play. Like when people first get together, it's just them. Usually, unless somebody already got a child, and if you don't, and then you got some women like, well, shit, they might already have children. If that man can't provide, she might like him and love him, but she gonna see somebody else. They got the money, who's stable, and be like, okay, my eyes saying this, but my pocket's saying that over there. My eyes can learn to love that over there because the finance is right. You don't think that come into play?
I mean, it can, but I just don't know how much stability is within that. When, a lot of people, even today, or even early 90s, when you have the groupies of the world who just chasing money or chasing fame, they're not looking for a sense of love. They're just looking for that money factor. And if that's your goal, whatever. But when I'm just thinking like in my head of what was important to me, money was not the first factor. It is a factor, but it wasn't the first factor. No different than when I'm going back to middle school and high school. It still is different.
We gotta stop talking about middle school and high school.
No, I'm still going to the level of still feeling secure for love. Like love has always been the first foremost. Because we talking about love versus money. So for me, it was love. It wasn't
but see, that's
the money being first.
That's where we also get into stuff too. Me and my wife, because she says high school stuff and middle school, and I say like, for me, that shit don't really count. It don't, because
but you learned something from that. You can't say you didn't learn anything from it, Benjamin.
Learning nothing, because
you ain't learned nothing.
High school and middle school, you can't compare that type of puppy dog bull crap love. That ain't got
Benjamin,
that ain't no
still
real grown folks stuff.
No, it ain't grown folks because you're not grown, but it is a factor. It's a learning experience.
I ain't love nobody when I was in school.
Hence the difference of our upbringing.
So what you gonna tell me? The love as an adult is the same as a child?
No, love is love. It doesn't matter. Love is love.
See, this about to go to a different
There's
situation.
Different levels of, but love is love. God's love is God's love. That's pretty much what it is.
No. See, because you're gonna see something.
I'm not comparing adult love to children love. Love is love.
Wait a minute, because there's gonna be somebody to take that in the wrong way. That's not what she means. But no, it's not the same. It is not the same. It's not even close to the same.
But, okay, that's your opinion. It's not a fact. It is your opinion.
You know how I'm gonna give you a perfect example how that's not the same? Perfect example is, since we're gonna go to us. In high school, if you would have got sick and me and you were together, I can go about my way and wouldn't think anything of it. Why? Because in my mind, I'm a kid and it's not my responsibility to care for another person like that. That's their mama and daddy responsibility. So that level of love isn't there.
Benjamin,
wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. This is what I'm saying. Why? Because you had said love is love, and it's not. That's what I'm saying.
Go back to the definition of the word love.
See, you gonna let me finish, man? Or you go see?
Go to the definition of the word love.
Don't cut me off because I'm hitting the point.
No, I'm not cutting you off because of that. Because you have to understand there's two different points. It ain't just Benjamin's point and Benjamin, and that's it.
No, it ain't. No, it is not the same at all. It ain't even Benjamin, a level.
It's different levels of love, yes, but love is still love. Love brings the same thing. It's charity. It's giving. It's unselfish. It's unwavering. It's selfless. That's what all love is. Whether you get it at 5, 6, 7, 85 years old, it's still the same love.
85% of children, and yes, these are my stats, are fucking selfish. You're a selfish human being until you have a child. Because you only the majority.
That's your opinion. You don't know other people's selfishness.
There's a difference when you have a child.
Yes, there is a difference.
Because you're gonna care for, you're gonna start looking at stuff and caring about somebody else a lot more than you. And this is all for decent parents. You're gonna care for somebody a different way than you care for yourself, and then that goes back into the finances too. Because the mother gonna say, I got my baby. A good mother, even just a decent mother, gonna say, I got my child and I need to take care of my child. What is this person that I'm bringing in my house going to do to help me and my child? Are they just going to be another child I got to pay for and clean up behind?
Those
or
are
are they
factors that
financially
you
going to
have to
bring
think
something to the
about.
table to help us both?
You have to think about all those factors. If that is your situation, you do have to give all that a very conscious thought. But it's still how you change your mind. What's your level? Is your level more on the love side or is it more on the money side? What levels of your mindset is stronger to know how you make that decision on that person you feel you want to date or even in whatever reason you want to marry?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people that go out there and they see somebody with their eyes and they start talking, hey, yeah, okay, oh yeah, I like how they look. Because usually physical attraction is the first attraction. Usually, right?
Agreed.
Okay. So you see in, well, okay. Y'all start talking, you start figuring out more about them. Because also, everybody usually put up their best when you first meet them. So they got on their nicest clothes, they got on their nicest shoes, they car clean, whatever the case.
First meet them,
usually, like when y'all go on like that first official date or whatever,
okay,
they present their best presentation of themselves. Mm-hmm. And then you start talking and finding out. And some people find out when they sit down and eat and that check come. And the motherfucker, excuse me, I'm trying not to curse so much on these videos. And somebody just do like this when that check come.
I've never experienced
when
that,
you see,
so I don't know.
They may also just not take you on that date. So you don't have to experience that. Let me cook something at the house.
Who had them experiences?
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying things I heard. And I'm going to be honest. Sometimes when your money ain't right. Because I know I've done it. Oh, you want? No, not today. Because the money ain't right.
Okay.
So the point, what I'm getting at is, when you start dipping and dabbing and going in and going into them finances, that turn a lot of people off.
That's the truth.
And it ain't no love.
Well, I mean, a lot of people now are not at the point of wasting their time and effort on giving. I think a lot of us have a sense of impatience. So if a man is on the come up, sometimes a woman is not willing to stand by his side and watch him glow from wherever he's going to wherever he's at to where he's going. Yeah. A lot of that has to do with investment. So we all have that sense of selfishness. We do. Us Americans, I don't know about these other people in other countries, but we have a sense of selfishness that be like, I don't have the time to wait on this person to figure it out.
Okay, so
like, that person needs to already kind of be there because I'm there type of situation. Or do you have them type of women who will stick around and watch this person, or even help them? They will financially put them in that situation.
It's not just now. It's kind of leaned more towards women, but it's just not women.
Yeah, I'm just saying the factor of you're not wasting your time anymore. You either doing it or you're not.
Some men like that too. They got sense.
Yeah,
I know I would be in it. Sure.
I think a lot of things, even with COVID in itself, just reevaluate a lot of people's mindset on how you just evaluate you and your life and your time. Yeah, and a lot of people not willing to just give those.
I don't think they got nothing to do with COVID.
Well, I think a lot of things set from the beginning. Beginning of what time?
Yeah, yes,
but a lot of people may have not been able to express it in such a way.
Yes, they do. You know how they express it? I'm gonna tell you. And I'm sorry, people. I am a little nerdy. I'm gonna tell you how they expressed it. Oh, wait a minute. That's the king? Yes. Oh, let me see if I can marry my daughter to him, or marry my daughter to this family, this prestigious family, because they got money. Or let me see how I can get myself entwined with this man because he owns this business, or he's the supervisor. Or how can I slide myself with this girl because her parents got money? That's all about status and wealth. They got nothing to do with because I love you. It's because I know it's a sense of security there because of finances.
Well, that is some people. That's a lot of people in this world.
That's been going on since the day since the beginning of time and still go on now. Now you can change the face of it, but it's still all the same. People locking in based on finances. And then let's think about it like this. When soon as you come around, right? And men, I know you know what I'm talking about. It'll happen more than once. They ask you a couple questions. And one of those questions is, so what you do? That's one. Somebody gonna ask that. If they don't ask you directly, they're gonna ask whoever your partner is. So what does he do? Not, are you happy? Does he treat you well? Nothing like that. So what does he do? So now what can come behind that? You can be, what does he do? You going upside my head. He's stealing my money. They ain't worried about that. They worried about, do he have finances to take care of you? Or even on the woman's side, how many kids she got? Why? Because they asking you, do you want to have to front that bill?
If you that man and the head of whatever that household, you're gonna front it regardless. You'll question it, but
yes,
you'll
but
front it.
what I'm just saying, that's the mindset. Now, a lot of people, and like I said, it's kind of, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Because it depends on some people. They really more focus on the love, and then come down the line, then that money will mess you, a terrible relationship. And then some people got together because of money, then the money left, but the love was still there. I think they kind of both go hand in
Obviously,
hand.
they seem like they intertwine a lot when you think about and listening to your scenarios about it. It's a important factor in each.
So, I guess because we discussed it when we first started this situation.
This is not a situation. Like, why you always say that? Like, Lord,
Just
you done been in this thing 10 years. You've been past a situation.
I do it because I know it amp you up. I get the people going.
This is past a situation. And you done been here, did this.
That I have.
However, continue, sir.
So, in the comments, we'd like to hear everybody's point of view on this conversation.
Yeah, like what do y'all think is more important, the money factor or the love comes first? And how do you evaluate that when it comes to meeting that person that you say you want to live the rest of your life with? What
And how
matters?
many of y'all just still sitting around because the money good, but the love really isn't there?
Yeah.
That's another conversation.
I mean, you look at them, you look at them like a benefactor,
many
but
people really sitting around because, like back in the day, and we don't want to keep this was supposed to be a short one, but like back in the day where you have women that were there knowing that their husband wasn't doing no good, but he was taking care of the bills. And it's like, well, why she ain't leave? Because he doing what he's supposed to do. She ain't got to worry about that. In her mind, she knew where he was at and what he was doing. He came back home. He didn't bring the mess back home. She accepted that because he didn't bring it back home and the money was good.
if that's your truth, that's your truth. Whomever that person is.
Yeah, but
no judgment.
that's the truth. But then there's some of us out here that's lying to themselves.
Okay.
But we'd like to see what y'all think in the comments.
Let us know, and if you like more videos like this, we try to get these podcasts out at least once a week. Check out other podcasts that we have listed below, and subscribe. Subscribe to the Loftons. Listen to us on AnchorFM.com and Talk the Loftons with
Ben,
and Tiff.
we out.